Hello students, now I'll start with the second chapter, that is chemical changes and reactions. In this chapter, we'll be studying the different types of chemical changes, chemical reactions, and the energy changes in a chemical reaction. That is, whether the reaction is exothermic, endothermic, or electricity is involved, or maybe heat is involved in the reaction, or light is involved, and so on. But first we'll revise something from class 8, that what is a chemical change. You all know that in a chemical change, a new substance is formed with entirely different properties of its constituent substances. Suppose you have taken two different substances and a new substance is formed. So this new substance will be different in the properties which you have taken, and this the parent substance from which this substance is formed, and it is a permanent change. Okay, it is a permanent change. That means it cannot be easily reversed. It needs a chemical process to get reversed, and then heat or light may be involved in the chemical reaction. So basically, when we see that what is a chemical reaction is the process of breaking the chemical bonds. Okay, bonds are breaking. The chemical reaction is the process in which bonds are breaking and new bonds are formed. Okay, so it is like previous some bonds were there, now those bonds are broken and some new bonds are formed. This we'll see with the example, but first we'll see the definition of chemical bond. What is chemical bond? This is a force. Chemical bond is a force which holds the atoms in a molecule together. Okay, whenever a molecule is formed, the bond which is there between those atoms which are combining to form the molecule, it is known as chemical bond. So when does this chemical change occurs? This chemical change or chemical reaction occurs when the particles collide. When the particles collide, you all know. So collision occurs when reactants are in close contact or by supply of energy. So first we'll see that how these chemical changes and reaction happens. What are the conditions which are necessary for these chemical change? So first condition is mixing. Sometimes, in some cases, some reaction occurs only when these two substances are mixed or kept in close contact. Sometimes they are in their solid state only, and then when they are brought in close contact, the reaction happens. We'll see the example. Iodine and phosphorus react explosively when brought into close contact. So this phosphorus reacts vigorously with all halogens at room temperature, okay, to form phosphorus. Any trihalides they will form. Either they'll react with iodine or they will react with any halogens, okay, bromine, iodine, chlorine, etc. Then comes the second example, which is lead nitrate and potassium iodide to make lead iodide. So you can see this reaction. Lead nitrate, which is in solid state, is heated with potassium iodide in solid state to give potassium nitrate and then potassium iodide, which is yellow in color. So just bringing them together makes this reaction happen. So mixing. Now coming to the second example is solution. That means they will not react when they are in their solid states. You have to make them you have to bring them in their solution form, either by melting them or by adding water to them, that is by making them in aqueous state. So we'll see the example here. So this oxalic acid will react with sodium carbonate, and this will give you sodium oxalate. Then they will give you water and carbon dioxide. Then the second example is sodium chloride in its aqueous solution with silver nitrate in its aqueous solution will give a white precipitate of silver chloride and aqueous solution of sodium nitrate. So this reaction will only happen when both the entities are in their aqueous state. Okay. Another example is heat. Some reactions only happen when they are provided with the heat. Let's see the examples. First one is copper carbonate. So you are breaking down copper carbonate into two compounds, copper oxide and carbon dioxide. Delta symbol is for heating. You all know that. So here, when heat is provided, then only this compound will break down. Copper carbonate will break down to give copper oxide and carbon dioxide. So this is the example of reaction occurring only on heating. Let's see the second example. Second is lead nitrate. Lead nitrate is decomposes on heating. Look at this compound, lead nitrate. On heating, it will give you lead monoxide, a brown gas, that is nitrogen dioxide, and a colorless gas, oxygen. So one compound breaking down into three simpler compounds. This is also an example of decomposition reaction which we will study further. So here also, when it is heated, then only this breaking down happens. Now we'll see the other important factor for the chemical reaction to occur is light. Some chemical reactions takes place by the action of light, and they are called as photochemical reaction or photolysis. Lysis मतलब क्या होता है? Lysis मतलब होता है breaking down. Okay? तो breaking down in the presence of photo. Photo मतलब light. फोटो मतलब लाइट और लिसिस मतलब ब्रेकिंग. तो फोटो की प्रेजेंस में जब ब्रेकिंग होगी तो फोटोलिसिस. ओके. अब यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं? मॉलिक्यूल्स एक्चुअली absorb light energy. The molecules which are present, they will absorb the light energy, and then they get activated, and then they react rapidly. So photolysis I've already told you. And why it happens? Because let's see the example. And what is the reaction? That plants need sunlight. In the presence of sunlight, with the help of carbon dioxide and water, it will make glucose, carbon dioxide and water. Okay. So this is the reaction, photosynthesis reaction, which happens in the presence of light. Another example which happens in sunlight is hydrogen and chlorine. They will react in the presence of sunlight to form hydrochloric acid. This is also the example of light or photochemical reactions or photolysis in two steps. First, chlorine reacts with water, and then this will lead to the formation of two acids here. One is, hydrochloric acid, and this acid, the name is hypochlorous acid. Okay, hypochlorous acid. इसको अभी जो नया नाम है वो है इसका क्लोरिक 1 एसिड. ये इसका न्यू नेम है. और जो हाइपोक्लोरस एसिड है वो इसका ओल्ड नेम है. ओके, hypochlorous acid. So these are the two names of this compound. ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा अनस्टेबल कंपाउंड है. जैसे ये फॉर्म होता है उसके थोड़ी देर में ही ये इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ सनलाइट इट विल कन्वर्ट इनटू हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड एंड ऑक्सीजन. यही जो हाइपोक्लोरस एसिड है यही बैक्टीरिया को किल करता है. एक्चुअली देखो, दिस रिएक्शन इज व्हाट, व्हेन यू आर एडिंग क्लोरीन टू वाटर को डिसइंफेक्ट करने के लिए क्लोरीन ऐड करते हैं ना. तो व्हेन यू ऐड क्लोरीन टू वाटर, formation of hypochlorous acid is there, and this hypochlorous acid actually kills the bacteria. Okay, you will not see any visible color change. The reason is both the acids are colorless, so that is why there is no color, so no visible color change will be there in the reaction. Okay, another example in the presence of sunlight. Silver nitrate in the presence of sunlight will decompose into silver, reddish brown vapors of nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. Okay, So this is also example of reaction happening in the presence of light, or decomposition reaction in the presence of light. Okay. If suppose you keep the silver nitrate solution in the laboratory, then what will happen? They will decompose into these compounds, and that is why silver nitrate is kept in brown bottle. Okay, the silver nitrate and hydrogen peroxide both are kept in brown bottles in the laboratory to stop the decomposition due to the presence of light. ओके, सिल्वर नाइट्रेट सोल्यूशन ब्लैक हो जाएगा, सिल्वर नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड एंड ऑक्सीजन में ब्रेक डाउन करेगा, और जो हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड है इट चेंजेस टू वाटर एंड कलरलेस गैस ऑक्सीजन इज इवॉल्व्ड. So these are the two examples. Now the next thing which brings about the chemical change is electricity. Sometimes in the presence of electricity a chemical change happens, a chemical reaction takes place. Now we can see here that electrolysis, again electrolysis, electro matlab electricity, lysis matlab breaking down. So in the presence of electricity, when anything is breaking down, then this process is known as electrolysis. So here in this reaction you see, suppose I want to break down the constituent of water, that is hydrogen and oxygen, separate them from this compound, then I have to pass electricity, and that is why it is known as electrolysis. And what is this acidylated water? Because we have added some acid to this water, and to just enhance the conductivity. So after passing the electricity, this will break down into its constituents, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Another example is NaCl, that is sodium chloride. अगर हमें sodium chloride को उसके constituent sodium और chlorine में break down करना है, तो again we will be passing current through molten sodium chloride, and sodium and chlorine will be separated in the presence of electricity. So this is electrolysis. Next is pressure. कब ऐसा होगा? जब वो reaction होगा वो pressure, high pressure में या तब होगा, मतलब it will only take place at certain pressure. So we'll see the example. Mercuric chloride and potassium iodide, इन दोनों को रब करना पड़ेगा मोटार में. मोटार आपको पता है ना, जो हम क्रश करते हैं, वो उसमें हम जब इसको अच्छे से रब करेंगे तब हमें मिलेगा एक स्कारलेट कलर्ड सब्सटेंस. क्या होता है, कौन सा कलर होता है स्कारलेट कलर्ड सब्सटेंस? एक्चुअली स्कारलेट जो है वो एक बहुत ब्रिलियंट रेड कलर है, थोड़ा ऑरेंजिश रेड है, विच हैज़ ऑरेंज little bit of orange in it. The red color which has little bit of orange in it is known as scarlet. So this color substance, that is mercuric iodide, you will see this will only happen when you will put a pressure on both the compounds. Another example is nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen और hydrogen को जब हम ये बहुत if you remember in class 8, I have told you about this reaction. This is very, very important reaction. This is the formation of ammonia, and I've told you the process name also. This is Haber's process, and this reaction is very, very important because it has all the you can put this reaction in all the examples. This is reversible reaction. This is a reaction for pressure also, then for catalyst also, for promoter also. Okay, so this is very, very important reaction. This is Haber's process. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, यहाँ पे आप देखें above 200 atm, atm मतलब atmospheres, unit of pressure. Okay, above 200 atm only this reaction will happen, and nitrogen and hydrogen will combine in the ratio of 1:3 to form ammonia. Okay, to form ammonia. Now we'll see the example of catalyst. What are catalysts? You all know the definition of catalyst. You are studying since class 6. Some reactions need a catalyst to accelerate or decelerate the rate of reaction. Means you have to slow down, or you have to make the reaction fast. Then you use some chemicals which actually speeds up and slows down the reaction, but does not take part in the reaction. So it actually remains unchanged, does not involve in the reaction, does not take part in the reaction. The work is only to speed up or slow down any reaction. So we'll see For example, acetylene breaks up into carbon and hydrogen by absorbing sound energy. अब ये जो रिएक्शन हो रहा है ये साउंड एनर्जी के एब्जॉर्प्शन से हो रहा है. Okay, so potassium chlorate decomposes only at 700 degree Celsius to release oxygen. Okay, the reaction is very slow, but when we add the catalyst, that is MnO2, then the temperature of 700 was brought down to 300 degree Celsius. Okay, so this is what is happening. मीन्स अगर आपको 700 तक हीट करना पड़ेगा तभी होगा ये रिएक्शन, लेकिन अगर आपने इसमें MnO2 दैट इज मैंगनीज डाइऑक्साइड ऐड कर दिया है तो ये जो डिकम्पोजिशन है ये बहुत कम टेम्परेचर पे, मतलब जल्दी से, भाई 700 रीच करना डिफिकल्ट है, देर लगेगी, 300 जल्दी रीच हो जाएगा, तो वो जल्दी से 300 रीच करेगा और ये रिएक्शन फास्ट रेट पे परफॉर्म हो जाएगा. ओके, सो हियर MnO2, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये वाला रिएक्शन भी आपने किया था क्लास 8 में इफ यू रिमेंबर. नाउ अमोनिया ऑल्सो, मैंने बोला है अभी ये एक और अमोनिया का जो है इसको हम बोलते हैं कैटालिटिक ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ अमोनिया. ये भी आप नेक्स्ट क्लास में पढ़ेंगे, ये भी रिएक्शन इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको भी लर्न कर लेंगे. ये यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, अमोनिया इज रिएक्टिंग विद ऑक्सीजन टू प्रोड्यूस नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड एंड वाटर वेपर. और ये रिएक्शन प्लैटिनम की प्रेजेंस में होगा, यानी प्लैटिनम इज एक्टिंग एज अ कैटलिस्ट हियर. तो ये कैटलिस्ट के कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स हो गए. फिर व्हाट आर पॉजिटिव कैटलिस्ट, अगर एक्सेलरेट कर रहा है, रेट को स्पीड अप कर रहा है तो हो जाएगा आपका पॉजिटिव, जैसे ये अभी ऊपर जो एग्जाम्पल दिया था. एंजाइम्स आर ऑल्सो एग्जाम्पल ऑफ पॉजिटिव कैटलिस्ट. जो आपकी बॉडी में एंजाइम्स हैं वो भी केमिकल्स हैं आपकी बॉडी में, तो वो जो एंजाइम्स है वो भी पॉजिटिव कैटलिस्ट है, क्योंकि वो क्या करते हैं, वो जितने भी हमारी बॉडी में बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस हो रहे हैं डाइजेशन के टाइम पे, जब कॉम्प्लेक्स फूड मटेरियल इज ब्रोकन डाउन इनटू सिंपलर सब्सटेंसेस, तो वो इस एंजाइम की प्रेजेंस में होता है, और इसीलिए 2-3 घंटे में हमारा डाइजेशन प्रोसेस कंप्लीट हो जाता है. इमेजिन करिए अगर वो एंजाइम्स हमारे बॉडी में ना होंगे तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा उस डाइजेशन को होने में. एंड दैट इज व्हाई व्हेन समटाइम स्टमक इज अपसेट, दोस एंजाइम्स आर नॉट वर्किंग प्रॉपरली, तो हमारा जो डाइजेशन है वो प्रॉपर नहीं होता है और हमें स्टमक डिसऑर्डर्स होते हैं. ठीक है, okay, now we'll see what are promoters. So promoters are the substance that influence the catalyst, means they actually promote catalyst. So promoters cannot work in the absence of catalyst. If catalyst is present, then only it can just promote the rate of reaction. Alone it cannot do, otherwise it will be a catalyst. If promoter alone is present, then it is a catalyst. But if it is present in the it is present with catalyst, then the work of promoter will be to enhance the working ability of catalyst. Okay, now for example we will see in the Haber's process only, iron is catalyst and molybdenum is promoter. So what is the function of this molybdenum? This actually enhances the work of iron. Okay, so this is promoter and iron is catalyst. What are negative catalysts? If they are promoting the speeding up the reaction, they are positive, but if they are retarding, slowing down, then they are negative catalysts. So reactions are not there, examples only you have to learn. Negative catalyst, that phosphoric acid retards the rate of decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Otherwise what happens, hydrogen peroxide decomposes at a very fast rate, but phosphoric acid kinds of control the rate of reaction and brings it to the easy rates where it can be controlled. Then oxidation of chloroform is decreased in the presence of alcohol. Alcohol decreases the oxidation of chloroform. Okay, so these are the two examples of negative catalyst. Now we'll see characteristic of chemical reactions. तो characteristic में क्या हमें पता चलेगा कि whenever any chemical change is happening, there are some observations which you can easily make out. Okay, and when you can observe these changes happening, So these are some characteristics of chemical changes. So sometimes when a chemical change happens, there is an evolution of gas. You may feel that gas is coming out sometimes with the effervescence, or sometimes you'll see the vapors kind of thing. So evolution of gas. So we'll see first the example of evolution of gas. This example is important क्योंकि ये भी हम आगे भी पढ़ेंगे, टाइप्स ऑफ रिएक्शन में भी आएगा ये रिएक्शन. इस रिएक्शन को अच्छे से इसको याद कर लेंगे. You have added a metal known as zinc to dilute sulfuric acid, and you will see a gas coming out with effervescence. What is effervescence? वो gas bubbles, एक बहुत तेज सा झाग सा बन के ऊपर की तरफ आता है, bubble formation होती है. So that is known as effervescence. You'll see the effervescence and a gas comes out, that is hydrogen. Another example is dilute hydrochloric acid is added to calcium carbonate. Okay, then also carbon dioxide gas is evolved with effervescence. So here two examples of evolution of gas. This is the definition of effervescence. The formation of gas bubbles in a liquid during a reaction is called effervescence. Then sometimes you will notice the change in color. तो जो change in color आप देखेंगे तभी आप समझ जाएंगे कि chemical change हो गया है. तो कुछ pieces of iron, okay, some pieces of iron are added into blue colored copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate solution, aqueous solution है copper sulfate का, which is blue in color. When you add iron to it, this blue color changes into green color, and you will see brown red deposit of copper. Okay, so the color changes from blue to green and by the formation of ferrous sulfate. So here also you can see this is also the type of reaction which we'll be studying, as I've told you that zinc reaction 1. Here also we will study this reaction and types of reaction. Then when concentrated sulfuric acid is added to copper, or pieces of copper are added to sulfuric acid, you will see the change in color. Blue solution of copper sulfate is formed. Okay, blue solution of copper sulfate is formed. Then formation of precipitate. So what is a precipitate? You all know the insoluble solid. Insoluble solid which is formed is known as precipitate. कुछ सॉलिड सा दिखाई देता है, इनसॉल्युबल सा, कुछ कर्डी सा, कर्ड्स जैसा दिखाई देगा नीचे जमा हुआ. ठीक है, जब रिएक्शन खत्म हो जाएगा तो वो जो प्रेसिपिटेट होता है उसको इनसॉल्युबल सॉलिड सब्सटेंस कहते हैं, और वो जो होता है वो फॉर्म होता है कई बार रिएक्शन में, और उनके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कलर होते हैं. वाइट कलर होता है, येलो कलर होता है. तो अभी हम देखेंगे एक हमारा जो एग्जाम्पल है, ये भी एग्जाम्पल यू हैव स्टडीड इन क्लास 8. This is also a type of reaction which is known as double displacement, which we'll study in the types of reaction. So this in here silver nitrate solution, aqueous solution, is added to sodium chloride aqueous solution, and which will give you a silver chloride white PPT. White PPT of AgCl will be seen, and one more sodium nitrate in aqueous solution will be formed. Okay, then again another example of precipitate reaction, ferrous sulfate aqueous added to sodium hydroxide aqueous, you will see a dirty green precipitate, and sodium sulfate aqueous solution is formed. This is also double displacement reaction. अब हो गया change of state. Change of state मतलब क्या हुआ कि when you take liquid reactants they turn into solid, or they will change into gaseous, or sometimes two gases will make liquid, and vice versa, and so on. So there you will see some change of state. We'll see the first example here. This is ammonia gas, this is hydrochloric acid gas in the gaseous form, and a solid compound ammonium chloride is formed. So two gases combining to form one solid substance. Another, carbon and sulfur both are solids, but when you heat them they will turn into liquid, that is carbon disulfide. तो कार्बन भी सॉलिड है, सल्फर भी सॉलिड है, लेकिन जैसे ही आप इसको मिलाएंगे वैसे ही क्या बन जाएगा, हीट करेंगे जैसे, तो एक लिक्विड बन जाएगा जिसका नाम है कार्बन डाइसल्फाइड. टॉपिक दैट इज टाइप्स ऑफ केमिकल reactions means whenever a reaction is there, by looking at the product and the reactants, you are able to classify them into their types. Okay. Now, how you will come to know that which type of reaction is this? It depends upon the number of products and the number of reactants involved in that reaction. So the first category is direct combination. The other name for this is synthesis. Okay, synthesis. What is the meaning of synthesis? Synthesis is when you are making something, when you are forming something, synthesizing something, producing something. So here this means, and the word combination will tell you that here any number of products can combine, can join to form single substance. Okay, so you can just see the example with A and B. Will be giving you the example with A and B, but in the examples you will never give the example as A and B. Okay, you will give the examples with the proper chemical reaction. This is just for your understanding. So here what is happening? There is a element or a compound A, there is an element or a compound B. They both combine and they form a new product, that is AB. Okay, so here what is happening? A and B are combining together to form a single substance. So this reaction is known as combination reaction. Here it can be ABC giving ABC. Okay, that means A plus B plus C will give you ABC. That is a single product. So this reaction is known as combination or synthesis reaction. Now we'll see the actual examples of it. Look at the first example. Carbon burns in oxygen to form a gaseous compound, carbon dioxide. So carbon is a solid. It combines with a gas known as oxygen, and it will give you a compound known as carbon dioxide, and heat is released. Okay, heat is released. The concept of heat we'll study further in this chapter only, when we'll study exothermic and endothermic reaction. So now looking at the example 2, the reaction between iron and sulfur to form iron 2 sulfide. You can see iron as a solid, sulfur as a solid will combine to form a solid known as iron 2 sulfide. Heat is required to start the reaction, but once it started, it continuously exothermally. Exothermally, when heat exits, when heat is given out by the reaction, then it is exothermic. Various salts can be prepared by this method. Example, iron 3 chloride, and one more example they have given you. Now coming up to the first example of the second category. The examples which we have seen here, all these examples, the examples which we are talking about, these examples actually, here elements are combining to form compounds. You can see carbon is element, oxygen element, iron element, sulfur element, iron element, chlorine element. So here what is happening? Here elements are combining to form compound. Now we'll see the second category of combination reaction, where an element and a compound combine together. That means a reaction is between an element and a compound. So this is a compound, carbon monoxide, then this is an element, that is oxygen, and they are combining to form another product, another compound, that is carbon dioxide. So here what is happening? One element is combining with one compound to give another compound. Look at the other example. Sulfur dioxide is a compound combining with element oxygen to give sulfur trioxide. Third category will be two or more compound. Now compound and compound are combining to form a single compound. Two compounds forming a single compound. So here ammonia, which is a gas, will combine with hydrochloric acid, which is gas here actually, hydrogen chloride gas, will give you ammonium chloride solid. Okay. Another example will be when calcium oxide, that is quicklime. Calcium oxide is also known as quicklime, which will combine with water. A vigorous reaction takes place. Vigorous reaction means a reaction where you can see a lot of activity. There will be effervescence and then the heat will be produced. And as soon as you add water to this compound, the reaction immediately starts with bubbles and rises little up the test tube. So this is the vigorous reaction. And then there's a large amount of heat is coming out, liberated. That means it is exothermic reaction. And what is the product form? Product is calcium hydroxide, which is also known as slaked lime. So there's a difference between quicklime and slaked lime. Quicklime is calcium oxide and slaked lime is calcium hydroxide. Slaked lime is used for whitewashing. This is the use of slaked lime. Used for whitewashing when a solution of slaked lime is applied to the walls. And then calcium hydroxide reacts slowly with carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere to form a thin layer of calcium carbonate on the wall of the building, and this is the reaction. And this layer will be shiny finish. That is why we use this as a coating on our walls sometimes before painting. Okay, so this will give a smooth finish. Let's see the example of photosynthesis. Why this reaction is considered as combination? See here, two reactants are forming two products. Okay, but still this reaction is known as combination reaction because small molecules, that is carbon dioxide and water, will combine to form a big molecule of glucose. Okay, ग्लूकोज जैसा मॉलिक्यूल बन जाता है, थोड़ा बड़ा मॉलिक्यूल, इसलिए इसको कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शन बोलते हैं. How to perform a direct combination reaction means how you will do this, how in the laboratory you will do this. So we are doing some activities, some experiments. They have taken black lead sulfide, that is PBS, in a test tube and you are heating it. When you are heating it, that means you are heating it in air. Heating it in air means you are adding oxygen to it. So that means oxygen is being added to lead sulfide and this will form a new compound known as lead sulfate. Okay, so this is a combination reaction because two things are combining to form a single product. Again, if you will take one magnesium ribbon and then you will heat it in air, that means you're adding oxygen to it. It burns with a dazzling white light. So magnesium burns in air with dazzling white light and the product which is formed is magnesium oxide. Now we move on to the second category of reaction. We have finished already combination or synthesis. The second category is decomposition. Now decomposition reaction is actually the reverse action of combination reaction. Here one reactant breaks down into its simpler products, two or more simpler products. So let's see the definition. A chemical reaction in which a compound splits into two or more simpler substances. It may be two, it may be three, maybe four, any number, okay, into simpler substances which may be element or compound, then it is known as decomposition reaction. Now we'll understand this concept again by that AB example. Here there is a compound known as AB and then it is breaking down into products known as CD and it may be more also, CDE, etc. So decomposition is the breaking up of compound either into elements or simpler compounds. So compound can break down into simpler compounds or compound may break down into elements also. Okay. For the decomposition reaction to occur, you need heat or light or the passage of electric current. Then only this decomposition will happen. That means for breaking down a big reactant, you have to provide it with either heat or light or maybe electric current so that it can break down into simpler products. So these are the energies which cause the breaking of the bonds. Actually, क्या हो रहा है? Just look at the example here. This calcium carbonate is breaking down into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. That means some bonds need to be broken here in calcium carbonate, the calcium carbonate bonds need to be broken down, shuffled, so that it can give you calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Now, this breaking of bonds will need energy. You have to provide the energy, then only these bonds will be broken down. So that is why you have to provide the energy in the form of heat, light, or electric current. Let's see the example. A compound breaking down into two or more elements. A single compound breaking down into two elements. Example is this one. Mercuric oxide is breaking down into mercury and oxygen. Delta symbol, you all know, I have already told you in the class. It is for heat. Okay, for heat. That means in this reaction, heat is involved, is taking part in this reaction. Again, the other example will be silver chloride. Silver chloride is white in color. When it is exposed to sunlight, it breaks down into two elements, and they are silver and chlorine. Okay, now this reaction is brought about by light. So we say photochemical decomposition. Photo means light, chemical you all know, decomposition means breaking down. So that means breaking down in the presence of light. So photochemical decomposition. And the formation is gray metal silver and greenish yellow gas chlorine. Now we'll see the example of electric current also. This is very important reaction which we keep on telling you in the classes. Suppose you want to take out hydrogen and oxygen from water molecule, so you have to pass electric current, and then passing electric current to water molecule will lead to the formation of hydrogen and oxygen gases. Now look at this example here. One liquid reactant is breaking down into two gaseous products. Okay, so this is change of state also. Look at this example. ये oxygen formation में हमने इसको पढ़ा था. The compound potassium nitrate on heating decomposes to produce a compound potassium nitrite and oxygen. Potassium nitrate gives potassium nitrite and oxygen. This we have already, how to form the formula we have done in class 8th, but still I request you to please revise the concept that how you will form the formula of potassium nitrate and potassium nitrite. What is the difference and how the crisscross you will be doing, that you have to revise. A compound can break up to form two or more new compounds. Thus we have taken the example, calcium carbonate when heated to 1000 degrees Celsius decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas is released. Ferrous sulfate, which is white in color, when heated turns to brown, and two gases, that is sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, are formed. Ferrous sulfate crystals, it contains water of crystallization, which we'll study in lesson water. Okay, what is water of crystallization? So ferrous sulfate crystals are actually ferrous sulfate heptahydrate. 7H2O है ना, 7H2O का मतलब हो गया hepta. Hepta is 7. Hydrate means water. So this ferrous sulfate will contain how many? 7 water molecules. So heptahydrate. This will take further when we'll study that chapter where this concept is coming. A decomposition reaction that is brought about by heat. अगर heat से reaction हो रहा है, heat की वजह से reaction हो रहा है, without any recombination on cooling. अगर cooling पे recombination हो जाएगा तो वो कैसा होगा? वो physical change होगा ना, chemical change नहीं होगा. तो जैसे आपने हीट किया किसी चीज को, ब्रेकडाउन हो गया, लेकिन कूल होने पे दोबारा उसको जोड़ना नहीं है, दोबारा उसी स्टेट में रह जाना है, then this is known as thermal decomposition. That means breaking down in the presence of heat. Thermal decomposition of metal compound, this you have to learn. Okay, now we'll see the thermal decomposition of metal compound. You all know what is thermal decomposition now. That means when you provide heat to it, what happens? Potassium. Potassium is having valency as 1, hydroxide as 1. It will form hydroxide as KOH. Now we'll see the example of sodium. Sodium is Na. It will combine with OH, that is hydroxide. Sodium valency 1, hydroxide valency 1. Formula is NaOH. Now what happens to these compounds, that is KOH and NOH, when heated? They are stable. Nothing will happen to them. They are very, very stable. So metal hydroxides are stable to heat. Question exam में कैसा आता है? What happens when you heat potassium hydroxide? What is the effect of heat on potassium hydroxide? Or what is the effect of heat on sodium hydroxide, like this? Let's take another category, that is calcium, magnesium and aluminium. First we'll make their hydroxide. Let's see, calcium hydroxide, valency 2, hydroxide valency 1. Formula becomes CaOH whole twice. What will happen when you will heat this calcium hydroxide? It will decompose to give metal oxide. Metal oxide बन जाएगा, calcium oxide. इसका metal ये है ना, इसका metal ये है, तो इसके साथ oxygen लग जाएगा तो calcium oxide बन जाएगा, and water vapor or water vapor, that is H2O, will be given out. Okay, so effect of heat. Another example we'll see. Magnesium hydroxide, the same formula, because magnesium is also having valency as 2. So magnesium hydroxide on heating will give you magnesium oxide plus water vapor, right? Same with aluminium also. Aluminium valency will be 3, so formula will be this. On heating it will give you Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide plus water vapor. Got it? So this way question might come, what is the effect of heat on aluminium oxide? What is the effect of heat on aluminium oxide? Got it? Now next one is the other category, that is zinc. Zinc also the same. This whole category is same till here. Till here it will give you oxide, metal oxide, and it will give you water. Then mercury, when it is heated, it will give you metal, oxygen and water vapor. Mercury hydroxide when heated will give you metal, that is mercury. Then oxygen gas will be evolved and water vapor, that is H2O. And this is the reaction with silver. Okay, so this you have to learn. Now we'll see the effect of heat on metal carbonates. Now how metal carbonates are formed. Carbonate, you all know, CO3, the valency is 2. So any metal, I take the example of potassium, valency 1, carbonate valency 2. So the formula will be K2CO3. Okay, so potassium carbonate. Then sodium carbonate will be same, Na2CO3. What happens to sodium and potassium carbonates? They are stable to heat and they are soluble in water. Their carbonates are soluble in water. Okay, and they are stable to heat. This you have to learn. These tables are very important as per your exams. The question coming in the question paper will be based on this table. What is the effect of heat on sodium carbonate, whether the carbonate of sodium is soluble in water or not, like this small questions might come. Second category again, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron. Okay, from here to here it is the second category. When you decompose their carbonate they will form metal oxide and carbon dioxide will be released. Look at the example. Magnesium carbonate when heated will give you its metal oxide, that is magnesium oxide, and carbon dioxide gas will be released. Carbonate है ना, तो CO3 है, तो कौन सी गैस इसमें से निकलेगी? It is carbon dioxide. Okay, this is very common, means you have to just think about it, that if carbonates are heated, the gas evolved will be carbon dioxide. So these are the reactions, and then again silver and mercury, they will form metal, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, So what is the difference between these and these? Here metal oxide is formed, and here metal oxide is formed, and here metal is formed. But the release of carbon dioxide is there, but here down release of two gases, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen. Now the second thing is bicarbonates. How you will form the formula of bicarbonate? Bicarbonate is SCO3, and the valency is 1. Okay, valency is 1. So sodium bicarbonate will be NaHCO3. What will be the formula of magnesium carbonate? Hydrogen carbonate. This will give you 1, this will give you 2. So the formula becomes MgHCO3 whole twice. So this formula making you should know. We have already taught you in class 7th and class 8th. So, and for that you have to learn that radical table. And if you are not aware of that radical table, every time you'll be writing the formula wrong. So this is a strict or mandatory notification to you that please learn that table, that radical table. So what will happen when you will heat metal hydrogen carbonate? So carbonate will be formed, water will be formed, water vapor, and carbon dioxide will be formed. So 3 compounds. Okay. When you heat hydrogen carbonate or metal carbonate, it will yield carbonate, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. Metal nitrates. What is the formula of nitrate? Nitrate valency will be what? Valency will be 1. So potassium nitrate अगर बनाना है तो 1 1. So the formula will be KNO3. Okay. But if you have to make with calcium, then what will happen? Calcium nitrate, valency is 1, valency is 2. The formula becomes CaNO3 whole twice. Okay, so this is calcium nitrate. When they are heated, the nitrates are heated. What will they give? See, nitrate means which gas? NO2 gas will be evolved with oxygen. Okay, so these two gases will be evolved. So calcium nitrate when heated will give you metal oxide, that is calcium oxide, nitrogen dioxide gas, and oxygen gas will be evolved. But in this case, that is the top two, sodium and potassium, they are always different. Their reactions, you can see, they are always different. They form one unique category because they are top in the activity series. So they will give you only the metal nitrite and oxygen. So potassium and sodium will give you, potassium and sodium nitrate will give you potassium or sodium nitrite, and oxygen gas will be evolved. The others will give you nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas along with metal oxide. And the last two will give you metal, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. तो लास्ट वाले दो में बस यही डिफरेंस होता है, वहाँ पे मेटल ऑक्साइड्स नहीं बन रहे हैं, वहाँ पे मेटल बन रहा है. ओके, मेटल बन रहा है. Some decomposition reactions happen in our body also, that is digestion of food is the example of decomposition reaction, because glucose, a big molecule, breaks down into the small molecules, or a single a single reactant will break down into two products. So this is also decomposition reaction. The starch present in the food we eat decomposes into glucose and sugar. Proteins undergo decomposition to form amino acids. Fat and oil decompose to form fatty acids. This all you are already studying in biology. Okay. How do you perform a decomposition reaction? How we were performing a combination reaction? We were providing them, the heat was coming out from it. Here what has happened, we are providing heat to it. Now let's take some experiments here. First we will study this. This is lead nitrate. This is very important reaction. Very important reaction. Lead nitrate is further broken down when you heat it to lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen gas. Nitrogen dioxide is a reddish brown gas. This is reddish brown in color. Okay, and lead monoxide is yellow in color. This you should learn. It's yellow solid. So lead nitrate crystals will break down into lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen gas. This we will be performing in the lab. Now you have to take some zinc carbonate and then you have to heat it. It will break down to zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Now the reaction is important because here you have to learn this line that zinc oxide is yellow when hot but it turns white on cooling. So question might come, name the oxide which is yellow when hot and turns white on cooling. Okay? So which oxide is yellow when hot and turns white on cooling? This is one question. Next is this. This also will be doing in the laboratory. These experiments will be performing in the lab. Here ammonium dichromate will break down into chromium oxide, water vapor and nitrogen gas will be evolved. Just see the color of this ammonium dichromate is orange. orange color है. This is orange. जब इसको हीट करते हैं तो ये बिल्कुल स्वेल अप हो जाता है और फ्लैश ऑफ लाइट्स बहुत ही सुंदर एक्सपेरिमेंट है ये. इट गिव्स यू फ्लैशेस ऑफ लाइट एंड it will form a green color compound. This is green in color. A green color compound to give water vapor and nitrogen. Okay. So orange color changes, very bright orange color changes into dirty green color. Okay. Another example, hydrated. Hydrated means water of crystallization is present there. Hydrated copper 2 sulfate is heated in a test tube. The blue colored crystal changes into white anhydrous salt. This is blue in color. ये blue है और white color में change हो जाता है copper sulfate. This also will be doing in the lab. लेकिन जैसे आप इसमें पानी डालेंगे वापस से इसके अंदर पानी डालेंगे तो ये वापस से अपना ब्लू कलर रिटेन कर लेगा. ऑल्दो अपना क्रिस्टलाइन शेप अवेल नहीं करेगा बट देन इट विल turn blue in color. Okay, and this is the test to detect the presence of water. ये है test. What is the test? Now we'll see this. What are reversible reactions? You can see this copper sulfate. Hydrated crystals will become. Why do we then suppose? But this reaction is reversible. So what will happen? That we have to put this symbol. This is the symbol for reversibility, that this reaction is reversible. If steam is passed over red hot iron में steam pass करेंगे, so it will convert into oxide and then hydrogen gas is released. But when hydrogen is passed over the heated oxide, when hydrogen is passed, means when you start from here, this reaction will go like this. But when you start from here, this reaction will go like this. So this is known as a reversible reaction. How we'll show the thermal decomposition. Again, ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride, when taken in a test tube, what will happen when you heat it? This will break down into ammonia and hydrogen chloride gas. Okay, but this breakdown happens, but when these gases move up in the upper part of the cooler part of the test tube, they will combine again to form ammonium chloride. Got it? तो जब हीट किया इसको और ये राइज कर रहा है ऊपर की तरफ टेस्ट ट्यूब में, तभी जाके बस थोड़ा सा. So this will rise and this will change into two gases, that is ammonia and hydrogen chloride, and later on they will again on the cooler part they will combine back to form ammonium chloride. A simultaneously reversible decomposition reaction is brought about only by heat is known as thermal dissociation. So what is thermal dissociation? It is a simultaneously reversible decomposition. That means first we have heated this, it has changed into these two compounds, and later on when they are cooled they change into this compound. So simultaneous है, एक साथ हो रहा है. Reversible decomposition which is brought about by heat is known as thermal dissociation. Again, another example, we'll see nitrogen tetraoxide changes into nitrogen dioxide, that is a reddish brown gas. And on cooling, this nitrogen dioxide changes into the original compound, that is nitrogen tetroxide.